Hello my loves, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about how you can improve a yoga pose and how I went from this to this. So 5 years ago in teacher training I discovered that I've been doing Baddha Konasana completely wrong. You can check out my video about Baddha Konasana here. But I made a conscious effort that I was going to sit in Baddha Konasana with my pelvis lifted so that I could allow my hips to open. And I did that pretty much every day for 5 years before I got this. So I want to share with you today 5 tips on how you can improve your nemesis yoga pose. So firstly, you need to figure out what your nemesis pose is. I did a video on that here. But basically, it's the pose that you suck at. It's the one that you don't want to do, and it's the one that you need to do more often. And find different ways of doing it. Modifications, variations, that's the one that you need to do. That's the one that you need to work on. Figure out what your pose is. Tip number 2, you're going to establish a baseline. So your baseline could be, for me in Baddha Konasana, it's that I was wearing my knees as earrings. My legs were not on the floor. I had to sit up, lifted on a bolster and 2 blankets. That was my baseline. It could be that you find that your baseline is how long you're spending in a pose. It could be that you just don't want to be there at all and just being in the pose would be beneficial. Tip number 3 is to take before pictures or video. The one thing that I really regret is that 5 years ago, I don't have a picture of how my Baddha Konasana looked back then. Take a before picture. You will be so thankful in a month, a week, a year, or 5 years. Tip number 4 is to define progression. So what does progression look like for that pose? For me, it was getting my legs, my outer thighs towards the floor. If you struggle in a balance pose, maybe it's the duration that you're spending in that balance pose. If you can kick up from a handstand, do you want to progress to pressing to a handstand? Define your progression. And the 5th tip, and probably the biggest tip, is to not expect overnight results. Progress takes time. It took me 5 years to get that bloody pose, and it's still only possible if I really warm up my hips and my legs. Sometimes you're fighting against what your body naturally wants to do, so let it take time. Just be there. Remember, this is a journey and it's called a practice for a reason. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you found that useful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and remember that karma is only a bitch if you are. So be nice, be kind, and be the change that you want to see in the world. Bye! Alright, so there's no bloopers today, but what I'm going to share today is what I've been working on for the past 3 days. And longer than that, if I'm honest. So you may remember that this is my yoga room. It might look a little bit familiar. I took the carpet up about 3 weeks ago, and then everything came to a standstill. What I've done is I've removed the blinds, I've removed the baseboards, I removed the popcorn ceiling. The fan is down right now. I just need to do some repair, sand, paint. Flooring is gonna go down. That's the flooring there. Beautiful mapley pecan color. So that's what I'm doing. What are you doing during this lockdown? I'm gonna get to work. I need to go fix that ceiling fan.